Hello, I thought we'd try something different for the holidays. Here's some puzzles. This is the first one. I've stolen this from Katrina Shearer, who's a mathematician who posts puzzles on the internet. Her Twitter handle is cshearer41. Go and give her a follow. So this particular video is aimed at GCSE students in my class who are aiming to learn how to do a bit more puzzles. So we're going to look at using GCSE style maths to solve this. Now, if you're a GCSE student and you're looking at this puzzle, there is not a lot of information. We are only told that there are 4 triangles and they are all isosceles. Okay, the question is, what's the angle? That's this one up here that we're trying to find. So I'm going to pause the video and, well, I'm going to stop. I'd like you to pause the video and have a think about how you're going to approach this. Okay, great. So what did you decide? What did you notice? Did you do what I did, which is to look at the circle and think, I wonder if this point is the centre of the circle? Well, it doesn't look like it is, and we can't assume that it is because we haven't got that information. My first thought was, if that's the centre, it's an easy question, but I don't know that it's the centre, so I need to do further work on this. There is a circle, so perhaps that'll be important later. But my first thing that I want to do is identify the 4 isosceles triangles, because at first I only saw 3. I saw originally the 2 red ones, which are here and here, and I saw the black one up here. Now those are useful and we are going to need them, but the one that's actually quite well hidden is this one that I'm going to highlight out in green now. Just here we have an isosceles triangle which will become important. Have a think about how you can use that to help do this question. Have a think now about what other strategy you can use. We know it's isosceles triangles. Why is that helpful? Again, I'm going to ask you to pause and have another little think, then I'll carry on chatting and hopefully helping. Good. Well, let's have a go at doing this now. I'm going to talk you through my method. There are many methods for doing this kind of question. This is what I did. I'm not going to be formal with the way I write down the proof. I'm simply going to talk you through how I approached it. I first looked at the isosceles triangle here, the one that I'm highlighting in green, and I said, well, I know that if this angle and this angle are the same, then I can do some more work with that. And they are the same because it's isosceles. Let's give these a name. X is an obvious choice because we are mathematicians. So that's X and that's X, which means that this must be 180 minus 2x. Okay, that gets us to that point. What happens now is, what I did next, is I looked at the yellow triangle here. If I know that the angle 180 minus 2x is on a straight line with the angle next to it, that angle must be 2x. And again, given that it's isosceles, it must equal this one, which is also 2x, which tells me that the angle here must be 180 minus 4x. Right, that's all well and good. Need to stop and have a look, have a think about how that helps us. So, having had a think about it, we can now look and refer to the big red triangle here, which is also isosceles. That means that the 2 corner angles here and here, corner angles, new definition, the 2 angles here and here must be equal. That gives me a nice equation to work with, and it's time for some algebra. My algebra, I'm going to start with 2x must be equal to 180 minus 4x plus x. That is the total of the angle at the top here. 180 minus 4x plus the x. Tidying that up so that we get something a little bit nicer. 2x is equal to 180 minus 3x. And then 5x equals 180, which gives me x equals 180 divided by 5. 36. Good. So now we know that x is 36. We need to have a look around and see what there is that we can use that for. Well, there's a big circle drawn here. We haven't used that at all yet. And our GCSE maths gives us some things that we can do with circles. We've got a quadrilateral. If I just highlight the quadrilateral somehow, let's use yellow and highlight this quadrilateral, which is inside a circle. It's a cyclic quadrilateral. We know that cyclic quadrilaterals, opposite corners, add up to 360. So they don't add up to 360, they add up to 180. Sorry. So we can see that 2x plus the question mark will equal 180. That means that 2 times 36, that's 72, plus question mark equals 180, giving us that the question mark is 108. Clearly, there's other ways of approaching this puzzle. I'd love to hear what you did. So if you have a different solution, you can either email me, contact me through Teams, or speak to me when we're eventually back in school. I'll maybe set another one in a day or two if this goes well. Let me know what you think. Cheers. Enjoy the rest of the holiday.